hi everyone. My name is Conrad. I'm the owner of Decker's Nursery. It's April 8th and we're experiencing beautiful spring conditions. So many of you will remember last year was very cool at this time of year. So there's a lot of activity at Decker's Nursery, and our tables are filling up with fresh vegetables and herbs, both conventional and organic. And what I'm finding, a lot of our customers are asking, isn't it too soon to plant vegetables? So actually, one of the most opportunistic times of year is right now, especially with these warm days and cool evenings. This is when the cool weather vegetables are going to perform the best. So when we talk about cool weather vegetables, these are primarily your leafy vegetables, the lettuces, the kale, spinach, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts I just planted earlier today. These are all really nice plants to get started, even if you're not ready. They're pretty carefree, they're easy to plant, and in a very short, like within a matter of a few weeks, you'll have a plant that you can harvest and make a salad. So today I'm going to show you some of the lettuces that are available. So when we think of lettuce, most of us think iceberg, and salad is really synonymous with lettuce in a lot of ways. But there's a lot of other nice options that I've started in my garden. So there's really like 2 or 3 types of lettuces you want to consider. You have the head lettuce, which is the iceberg lettuce. That's what I have here. So this will form a tightly grown head of lettuce. And when that matures, you just cut it off at the base, take it inside, prepare your meal with that, and allow it to grow back. You'll usually get a couple crops out of a head of lettuce, okay? The other type of lettuce are the loose head lettuce. And I always think of Butter Crunch, which this is Butter Crunch, and you'll have different tones to the leaves. And again, this grows much looser, and when it gets to size that you have enough for a meal or to make a salad, you just cut it off an inch above the ground and clean it up, mix it with some other vegetables to make a salad. Red leaf lettuce is a really popular. We tend to eat with our eyes more than with our mouth, and the red gives a nice color to any salad. And all of these work well together, like you can combine them. One of the plants that's new in my garden this year is Bok Choy. My wife has been making a lovely salad, and she prepares this the same way we do kale. You know, where we chop it, we mince it very fine and put a nice oil vinaigrette on there, and that's a tasty salad as well. Most of you are familiar with kale as a real beneficial plant, high in nutrients, and a lot of people use these for their breakfast beverages in the morning. So these are some of the real popular plants that you want to get started now. Don't wait until May. That's a very common question, so I'm allowing everybody to get started in the garden. As these crops start to fade or go away because of high temperatures, that's when you can switch over to the tomatoes, the peppers, and the cucumbers. So hopefully this will get a couple of you started in the garden, put some of the misperceptions aside, and inspire you to get going into the garden. You know, the other thing that happens is if you start earlier, you're going to be ready. You're going to extend the growing season. And if you're into growing your own food, this is a great way to get started. Before I let go of everything, I wanted to let everyone know we did bring in the Siberian tomatoes. So this is new to Decker's this year. We've always felt it was important not to bring plants in until we feel they should be planted or it's safe to plant them. So you still have to be aware of evening temperatures or overnight temperatures. This tomato can tolerate the cool evenings we're having right now. They will set fruit at 38 degrees. So you'll have tomatoes within 60 days on this plant because it's going to actually form the fruit earlier than a conventional tomato. What I do want to prepare or make you aware of is this will not tolerate a frost. So if you have a cold frame, which is it's just a box with a lid on it that traps the solar heat, these would thrive in that condition and they'd be protected from a frost. There are no frosts in the near-term forecast, so you may want to, if you're anxious to get the tomatoes going, this is a great one to get started with, and they do produce fruit faster than the tomatoes you're going to plant later in the year. So if you have any other questions, please come into Decker's Nursery. We have a great selection of container garden containers. So if you have limited space and you can't make a garden in your yard, these grow boxes, and we brought in big whiskey barrels from the Jack Daniel's distillery. These all make perfect containers off your terrace. All you need is a little sunshine, get your plants started, and you're back in business for the year. Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you in the garden.